and kittens. This is the Nail Oracle coming to you live from this table. I hope you're having a great week, month, and year so far. We are heading into the end of the milestone season and getting ready for summer. From what I heard, some of y'all are going to be outside. In case you're asking, in case you're wondering, this particular reading is for those in the Pisces persuasion. That means if you have it anywhere on your chart, from sun to moon to rising, nodes, houses, wherever Pisces sits on your chart, this is for you. You take as much as you want, you take as little as you want. Also remember, I'm doing this purely for my own entertainment and your entertainment. If whatever I'm telling you is for realsies, great. If nothing is applying, you need not reply. If it doesn't apply, it needs not reply. And also, I want to wish everybody a happy time. So, part of the Nail Oracle here is that I do a reading based on how my nails are doing. So, as you can see, I have done my nails in honor of the New York City Knicks. That's right. I'm a New York girl, so of course I'm a Knicks. I'm a casual fan, so I'm not bandwagoning so much as I'm excited to see New York win some sort of championship. It's been a while. I'm a Yankee fan, and it's been a while. So I gotta like pick a team that's New York based and has our interest at heart. So this is what my nail tech and I came up with. An orange cat eye with a blue base. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, so it's the orange cat eye with a blue base. So I'm doing that for the Knicks. I'm also wearing, I don't know if this will stretch out all the way on camera. Yep. I'm also wearing pants like orange and blue pants. So I'm down with the Knicks. I've had this since game 1 and they've been doing really well. And also it's been holding steady. So that's a good thing. No lifting, no chips, no craziness going on. Just a little growth. Healthy, happy, and it's exciting. So that means that the world has not fallen apart yet. Things are going fine. Yes, I know the news is proving to you that it's not, but there are some good things happening. It looks like the tide might be turning for some of you. It's still a little rough out here, but it's also summer, and you know what? Let's see what's going to happen. All right, I'm going to shuffle this deck real quick, and I'm going to just hang out with you guys for a few minutes. Let's gun for a quick reading, all right? All right, so just a quick little shuffle. Wake up the deck. All right, using my fluorite here a little bit. Put a little weight on it. Set it with some intentions. All right, so for my fellow Pisceans, that we can actually see what's going on. We can get the messaging straight and something with some quickness and some accuracy and a little bit of clarity. Let's go. Put that down. All right, so what I do is an eye spread. So basically, I start my spreads here in the middle. This is what's happening on a regular plane, right? This is what's happening on this plane, which I mean like the one that we're on right now. Then I do the bottom part, and the bottom represents your intuition, your gut, what's going on in here. So we're going to do that too. And then finally, what our ancestors are up to. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so I do see some cups. I see some cups. I see some wands. I see some swords. I see a little bit. And I see some majors. So let's go. Also got my little trusty dusty monocle here. You know, guys, I'm all about my accessories. I love accessories. The more obscure, the better. So let's do this. So as you can see in the middle plane right now, we got the Devil, we got Justice, and we got the Ace of Cups. So what could this mean? So, of course, the devil card represents the oppression, addiction, obsession, dependency, access, powerlessness, and limitations. So, you know that there is something going on that's like holding you back. That's basically what that means. Maybe something is chaining you, something that you know that you've been trying to get rid of, but you can't. Maybe you have like a really bad habit that you need to get rid of. Maybe some underlying deadline that has to be met soon, and you just can't, you just don't have the motivation to just get started. So we have that showing up here. We also got a little bit of justice here. Justice is all about karma. Justice, of course, consequence, accountability, low truth, honesty, integrity, cause and effect. So the fact that justice is right in the middle of this spread basically means whatever is down will eventually come back up. Whatever is wonky will start to make sense again. So everything will just even out. That's just how justice works. You see it here with the sword. You see it here with the scales. So whatever is happening, it works out. And you kind of feel that. You kind of already know that. It can't be all bad. You can't be all bad. Or as in the case of the Ace of Cups here, all good. It has to be somewhere in the middle. It has to be a happy medium, right? So let's continue with that. Ace of Cups, of course. Love. Ooh. New feelings. Emotional awakening. Creativity. Spirituality. And intuition. You know, that's a very, very funky card. I love getting the Ace of Cups because as a Pisces, Cups is our suit. So that's exciting to know that something new is coming up. We are heading into summer, and I've been talking to a lot of people, and they're actually excited about this summer. They feel they're going to be outside, definitely. They're not going to let a little stupid thing like money get them down. They're just going to try to have a good time. We are smack in the middle of Pride. So with Pride comes new beginnings, celebrations, fun. So, you know, to all of those to all those that are within the sound of my voice, just know that this entire page, these readings, I do it for you. I do it for the he's, the she's, the they's, and for everybody in between, allies, the community itself. I love all of you guys. You guys are super supportive. I really feel like you guys have my back, and I can appreciate that. And I just want to celebrate with you guys, not just in the month of June, but every month. I have your back. I've always had your back since I was a little kid. So there you go. So that's the Ace of Cups. Now, let's go down here with our intuition. Because you know, as a Pisces, intuition is everything. It's our gut. So first things first. Ooh, sorry about that. First things first, judgment. So what's with the judgment? It's self-evaluation, awakening, renewal, purpose, reflection, and reckoning. Deep down, you're waking up to something. Deep down, you're realizing that something is awakening. The trumpets are sounding. The saxophones are getting louder. Like the TikTok trend, the saxophones are getting louder. And you know that, especially since it's right here under the Devil card and it's diagonal to the Justice card. I always find that justice and judgment, it's one follows the other in the tarot deck. And I always find that they're basically, to me, they're like the same thing. It's all about figuring it out, looking at all the pieces, looking at both sides, all sides, and trying to make something whole again. Because that's what judgment and that's what justice is all about. Making something whole, making a lost party feel whole. You may be feeling a loss, and in your heart of hearts, you want to be made whole. So that's where that's coming from. So when we go from here in judgment, we're going to go right over here to the King of Wands. Wands is all about the leadership, the vision, the big picture, taking control, daring decisions, boldness, and optimism. Well, look at here. See, we're talking about the big picture. because that's the whole thing with justice. That's the whole thing with judgment. It's looking at the whole entire picture, the whole spread, all 10 fingers on both ends, here and here and here and here, and seeing what makes sense, looking for clarity, looking to make thyself whole. All right. And within that, strangely enough, down here, you also have the Two of Swords. So, while you're over here waking up to something and you are looking at the big picture, you're also finding yourself in a little bit of a stalemate, maybe difficult choices, being stuck in the middle, in denial and hidden information. And it's funny because here you are with the Devil card, and we're talking about clarity over here. We're talking about clarity, and yet there's a part of you that still feels like something is hidden. There's something you're still denying. And I will not be the one to tell you what it is. That's you. You have to come to terms with that. So that's what your gut is telling you. So you gotta look at that. Now, while we're figuring this out, we're gonna see what's up here. Because what's up here in this part of the spread is really my favorite, because this is where the ancestors are yelling at you. And sometimes we gotta listen to our ancestors, because they know things, they see things. You gotta call upon them to help you out a little bit. So let me see what the ancestors are saying right now. So there's the Five of Cups again. If you know anything about me, and when I do these things, I hate the 5 card in any suit. It's like, why do you exist? I understand that the suits represent a reversal. They start off great with the aces, and then you achieve a higher self with the king. But in the 5, right in the smack in the middle, there's always like this sense of loss, grief, disappointment, mourning, discontent, and feeling let down. Your ancestors know this. They know this because they see it down here as well. They see it right here. You feel like you're stuck in the middle. They feel like you're stuck in the middle. They can see that there's some habits that you can't break, or there's something that's just not letting go, that it's just like holding you. It's just chained to you. They know that. They see that. So within that, they can also sense the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is all about possessiveness, insecurity, hoarding, stinginess, stability, savings, materialism, wealth, and frugality. You might be using this time to really save your pennies. You have every right to save your pennies. Why am I saying this? Because it seems that we are in the middle of like a bunch of economic fusterclucks, and a fustercluck of an entire job market. Everything is just like all the way upside down. We're in the upside down, and it doesn't look like there is like a change. However, it really depends on where you are. There are things that are looking out for some of you, and then there are things that are taking a little bit of time. It's a little stuck. Things are a little stuck. For some of you, things are getting, you're seeing stuff and things are coming, but at the same time, there are some of you that feel stuck. You may see the big picture, and looking at the big picture, you're gonna see like there's an opposite. There always has to be like a reversal of fortune, right? From bad to good, good to bad. Everything just has to even out. That's just existence. And finally, our ancestors are also talking about the Page of Cups. Pages are all about the bringers. Pages are all about deliverers and bringers, idealism, sensitivity, dreams, naivete, innocence, the inner child, and head in the clouds. I want to live in this world right here, because Because let's be for real, like I'd rather be up here. And it's kind of and it's kind of funny that the upper part of the spread has the head in the clouds, because as you can see clouds up here. You can see it's a little cloudy here, very cloudy here, and it's clear over here. But however, at the same time, while it's cloudy up here, it's kind of cloudy out here, but it seems a little clear. So it seems a little clear. Here it's completely clear, even though there is some lightning happening, you know, and then you have a clarity here. So most of this deck, when I'm looking at it, other than these two, all of these cards take place outside, right? So, you know, clarity, so clear, 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 cloudy, cloudy, and a little cloudy, cloudy and clear. So to me, I'm thinking about the weather, and of course, you know, here where I'm filming, I film in New York, and it's been hot. Now, I love that, but a lot of people don't. Like that's just the nature of the beast. But, you know, there's been rain. And after the rain, I remember my friend and I, we were looking for a rainbow yesterday. We had just gone to the movies, and it was torrential rain, and we were outside when the rain kind of stopped. And first thing we thought to do was look for a rainbow. So we were looking all around, seeing if we could find a rainbow. We didn't, but I did see a rainbow a couple of days ago. I even took a picture of it. It wasn't raining or anything. It was just the clouds. And in that cloud, I did see a rainbow. I did. The way the sun hit it, the way the sun angled itself and hit it, you could literally see a rainbow. And I have a picture of it, and it was beautiful. So that kind of made me feel a little happy to know that, you know, there is, despite that there isn't the evidence of rain, there was still a rainbow, which basically means despite the fact that you don't have the cause of something, the outlook is still good. Okay, we're talking about cause and effect, right? Which of these cards has the cause and effect? Justice. Actually, it actually brings my whole point together. The fact that it all evened out. No, it wasn't raining, but there was a rainbow. So that could be what's going on right now. So that is what I'm getting out of this. Like, there's a lot of like things that are very even keeled right now. There are things that are holding you. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if the fact that you're feeling like you're stuck in the middle, you're feeling like you're chained down, you're grieving something. If you are grieving something, I am so sorry. And if you are mourning something, I am so sorry. If you're suffering through a loss at this time, just know that I am thinking of you, and I hope the best. I hope it all works out. So while we're here, I'm always a little you know me, I like to ask questions. So I'm gonna clarify for something. What should I, it wants to jump. Not only does it want to jump, it's trying to push justice out the way. So what's that about? All right, since you want to jump, I'm going to pick from, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to pick from the middle. I'm going to pick that. So we're going to pick clarifier. 7 of Cups. Ooh, this one's always weird. What's going on in the shadow? I'm going to figure out what's going on in the shadow of this thing. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. What are with these readings lately? The 5 of Swords. Why? I hate 5s. And then you have the 7 of Cups here. I'm just going to put it at, where does it want to go? You know what? Maybe if I, okay, it wants to go in the middle. So the 7 of Cups. The 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is about choices. It's also about like trying to determine like what is the best path for you. You know, again, more clouds, like the clouds. So it's kind of cloudy here. You have the thin clouds here in the shadow. You have like this chemtrail thing happening. You have lightning here. You have the clouds here. You have like another chemtrail. Like, you're probably asking me, Nail Oracle, what is it with you in the clouds and the sky today? I don't know, you guys. I don't know. It's just happening. It's just what I'm seeing. You might be feeling like, like I'm saying, like cloudy days, right? So I'm not entirely sure. I mean, you know what? Let me clarify the Seven of Cups because I don't even know what that one's about. Ooh. Oh my God. Everything is just being mean today. And it wants to do reversals. I hate reversals. Ooh, I'm so sorry, guys. Pisces. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You have the devil again. And you have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about letting it go. Let it go. Letting it go. Because you're realizing that there's possibly something bigger and better in the world. There's something more expansive, as you can see from here. You're trying to walk away from something. There's definitely a hint of mystery going on. And you're just not entirely sure. Like, you have decisions here that you want to make, but it's also in excess. You know how sometimes the worst thing is to have too many choices rather than to have no choices? No choices is bad. Lots of choices is also as bad because you're thinking to yourself, there's maybe, let's say you have 7 different decisions to make. Things could go 7 different ways, 7 different outcomes, several successes, several failures, and you're just not entirely sure. And then here you have the excessiveness again. Again, it seems like, not gonna lie to you, it seems like, things are all over the place. As you can see, there's a lot of conflict. There's arguments, there's disputes, aggression, bullying, intimidation, conflict, hostility, and stress. You're probably going through that right now. I mean, the weather seems to be one of those things. The weather is a point of contention for a lot of people. Some people love the heat. Some people love that it's about to be summer. Some people are dreading that it's about to be summer. Some of you are probably wondering, am I gonna get laid off? If this is the point where you're supposed to be thinking ahead. Your ancestors are telling you, hey, if you're worried about, if whatever here is worrying you, if things are worrying you, maybe this is the time to hunker down. Hunker down. Think about being a little frugal. Think about holding yourself back. There's a lot of, you could end up giving yourself a lot of baggage. But at the same time, you have to think about it because it's going to go around. It's going to go around. It's going to go around. When you have justice, oh my God, check this out. So down here you have your judgment, which is you waking up. Then you have justice. Justice is known about integrity, cause and effect. And up here you have idealism. You have that. And you also have the Ferris wheel going. A Ferris wheel, when you're on a Ferris wheel, right? And you're at Coney Island and you're on the Ferris wheel. You start at the bottom because that's where you enter into the cart, and then you go around a few times. You go you're at the very tippy top, and then you swing back around to the bottom, and then you go back to the top, and then you swing back to the round. And I think it's 10 rotations around until things finish up. So, that's just how it is. We're not doing reversals. We don't do reversals. We just don't. All right, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, Knight, come through. More Pentacles. Wow, this is a very money hungry deck. This is a very money. Something's going on. Are you okay, Pisces? There's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot seems to be happening. You got some cups running around. You got a lot of cups. You have a lot of cups. You're teetering high into the cups. You're teetering into the 7 and 8 of cups. You have an overrun of information in your cups. You also have some pentacles going. You got some frugality, but you also have something coming. You also have something getting presented to you. I see a plane. Maybe you're traveling. A lot of you guys are traveling. I know Spirit Airlines is gone, so you don't really have the luxury of a budget airline. But maybe you're looking to get more clouds. Maybe that's the clouds. Something's clouds. So what do clouds symbolize? Clouds symbolize like impending doom because of rain. It also it's about shade, so the lack of light. But if you're like me and you're in production, a cloudy day is really the best day to shoot. What? Listen, hear me out. There are no shadows. So when you shoot on a sunny day, there are shadows, and you have to constantly worry about how the sun moves throughout the day. So if you're shooting in the fall where the days are shorter and you're shooting outside, some of your shots or some of your takes will take place where there's a lot of sun versus not a lot of sun. But if you shoot on a cloudy day, there are no shadows. The light is pretty even, so you can shoot for as long as you need to, and not much changes. I don't know if that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is that, yeah, things are a little cloudy, and you may feel a way about that, but you kind of need that. I see a lot of paths here. You kind of want not having shadows. You kind of want that because we are heading into we're heading into short shadow season. We're about to head into the solstice. Solstice is that it's the longest day of the year. It's when your shadow is the shortest. And you don't want to deal with shadows. So maybe that's why the clouds are coming in so hard. Maybe it's that the disappearance of shadows is actually beneficial for you right now. Since everything is evenly covered, there's a little bit more light. You have more time to look, to play. You have more time to gain clarity. You can come inside. You can shoot for longer. You can go a little longer. You can actually try again and again and again and again and again, because you don't have a big glaring light to stop you in that moment, or to make things look different from day to day to day. If it's consistently cloudy, everything pretty much looks even. Everything evens out. Things tend to even out. So what am I trying to tell you today? It's really simple about what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm trying to tell you is that, yes, things get a little excessive. Something is definitely holding you back. But you should definitely use this cloudiness that you're in and the lack of shadows. You can look into that and find a moment of clarity. You can actually go in and think about something for longer, develop something for longer, think up new angles, think up new ways to go about it, because you don't have the glare of light to blind you in that moment. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And I think this is what the spread is doing for you. If any of this resonated with you, great. If none of this resonated with you today, I'm sorry. But like I said, this is strictly for entertainment purposes. But I do want to thank you for joining me today in this reading. Again, go Knicks. But at the time I'm shooting, they have not yet played. So in case they won the championship. Yay! My nails did it. And if it turns out that they didn't do it when this is a shot, Knicks in 6. So that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this brings you some sort of clarity. Think about shadows this week. Think about maybe having shadows is actually a good thing. Maybe not having shadows is a good thing this week, because it'll allow you to develop something a little longer, think something through just a little bit. All right. Love you lots. Miss you much. And I'll see you at the end of the month. Bye. Hope it all works out. Go Knicks. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.